First of all, I just want to thank everyone who tuned into my very first video review. I received a lot of positive feedback from you guys, and I can't thank you enough for the kind words. Today, I'll be reviewing a brand new slasher film, one that I enjoyed a whole lot. Earlier this year, Troma Entertainment unleashed their new film, SLASHENING, The Final Beginning, into film festivals like the South African Horror Fest, Phoenix FearCon, and the Milwaukee Twisted Dreams Film Festival. But before I get into that, I'm going to review the original 2015 film first.
You guys want to hear a real scary story?
The SLASHENING is a 2015 horror comedy from Annum Films. In the movie, we follow a group of best friends who decide to have a girls-only sleepover. Once day turns to night, the group begins to get picked off by a bag-faced serial killer. What I love most about the movie is the writing. This is a horror comedy that plays with the slasher tropes. This is apparent when you get introduced to the characters on screen. Despite being an all-girls get-together, a slew of male characters do show up out of nowhere. That's when the party really gets out of control.
So let me get this straight. 5 girls, totally alone. 5 nubile, supple, soft young women, we'll say.
The interactions between the characters are very funny. The dialogue is great, and the comedic scenes are very well written. The SLASHENING is a Troma release. If you've ever watched anything from Troma Entertainment, you already have an idea of what to expect. The SLASHENING as a whole is pretty tame compared to what you're used to with Troma. The story is simple, and the characters you're introduced to have their own unique personality traits. Each actor brings a different type of humor to their roles. While it is a comedy that pokes fun at the genre, at no point did the humor ever feel forced.
I gotta say, we all have amazing tits.
The SLASHENING features the typical slasher tropes. However, they don't play out in the way that you're used to. Judging by the film's content, you can tell this was made on a shoestring budget. Despite having a small budget, the movie makes up for it with creative, funny kills and a nice body count. For me, some of the death scenes went on a little too long, and some of the others are done off screen. The kills themselves seem to suffer most from the budget. Thankfully, there's more than enough blood and shock value to make up for it. Most of the death scenes are played for laughs. The gags that go along with the kill scenes are pleasing. There's one gag in particular that involves pizza delivery, and it's absolutely bonkers. The soundtrack in this movie is also hilarious. There's a couple poppy songs that play in the movie, and the lyrics reflect what's going on in the story. I did reach a point in the movie where my interest was beginning to fade. Somewhere after the pizza delivery bits, I felt that the movie was dragging on a little too long. Thankfully, towards the end, it does pick up a little bit more steam. The identity of the killer is revealed at the end. I won't spoil it for you, but you might be able to guess who it is very easily.
Don't worry, nothing bad's gonna happen.
Character-wise, the killer reveal does actually make sense. If you're planning to watch this movie, make sure you watch past the end credits. Overall, I thought this movie was fairly decent. Despite having a small budget, the level of humor and creativity in the kill scenes and characters themselves more than makes up for it. Some of the gags did go on a little too long for me, but that didn't ruin the overall experience. The film's strongest aspect is within its writing. The dialogue is funny, and I love how it played with the slasher tropes. Most of all, I appreciate the fact that it didn't feel like a spoof. I'm glad that I watched the SLASHENING. I just don't see myself wanting to revisit it in the future. However, I do recommend it just to get to our next film.